How's it going, beautiful people of the world? This is Cavalier Andre Shepherd, CLS, Christ Love Sinners, Kael Laim Roha, the voice of God, warrior, the Lord is my shepherd, coming from the edge of the earth through the grit and the grind to share a little bit of a higher shine. I'm back with the lesson from Daniel 7, the four beasts, and it's a very long lesson. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of layers, beyond layers, beyond layers, beyond layers. From the beginning, from heaven all the way to the end of time, we're gonna go through it. I was gonna do it in one setting, but I decided to break it down in different videos. So you're gonna see the beast number 1 video, beast number 2 video, beast number 3 video, beast number 4 video. You know what I mean? We're gonna break it down like that. So this is the first of the 4, and I hope you guys can see what the Most High God has been dealing with His creation, and I'm gonna start with the old. I'm gonna start with the rough draft version. I'm gonna start with the rough draft version. I'm coming from Daniel 7. As I'm reading this, God has laid the interpretation on me, and I just want to just put it out here. We all know enough of the truth because the awakening, and so just sit back and listen. He unlocked this. Like this, a seal has been broken. Daniel 7. In the first year of Bezalel, the king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream. Daniel had a dream and a vision of his head upon his bed. And he wrote the dream and told the sum thereof. Daniel spoke and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the 4 winds of heaven came upon the great sea. You know what I'm saying? The 4 winds of heaven represents the Father. Represents the Father. The 4 winds of heaven represents the Father, bruh. Like what He has made. All power comes from God. And 4 great beasts came up from the sea, different from one another. These 4 beasts are 4 kingdoms, but they're kingdoms of influence that has contributed to the shaping of this world from the beginning all the way to the end. The first was like a lion and had eagle wings. The reason why the first was like a lion is because Christ is the Lion of Judah. All things was made through Christ and had eagle wings. The reason why it had eagle wings is because Christ has created the angels. Like the angels. I beheld till the wings thereof was plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. Why was it made to stand upon his feet as a man? Why was it made? Why, why was it given a man's heart? Because when the fallen angels came down here, they taught mankind civilization. That's why it stated, after the wings was plucked off, it stated that it was made to stand upon his feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. So that's the beginning of history. If you are biblically sound, that's the beginning. That's the beginning. See, the Bible is a code. You feel me? You got to understand these punchlines, similes, metaphors from God. Christ, he represents the lion, like he says, the tribe of Judah. But also, since this is the first one, the first kingdom, the first influence, he has wings. The lion has wings because Christ, everything was made through him. Even the angels. The angels came down here. They broke the rules. They came down here and taught mankind civilization. So what happens? He plucked them wings from the fallen angels, which is a metaphorically speaking of the knowledge that they gave man. That's why it said they plucked the wings and it was lifted up upon the earth and made to stand upon his feet as a man. As a man, because knowledge has been transferred from what the fallen angels did in the beginning of time. And a man's heart was given unto it. Now, from the beginning of creation all the way to the second beast, which represents Esau, and I'm going to prove that. This was man's like golden age to like develop. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what this first influence of the beast was. Now we're about to fast forward, maybe I want to say 2,000 years, brother, you know what I'm saying, from Adam. We're about to fast forward 2,000 years from Adam with this next verse. With this next verse, we're about to fast forward 2,000. Okay. So now I just had to, we just have to go back and lay the guidelines out. You know? When I was young, you had to lay the guidelines out, get out of here. Had to lay the guidelines out. Now, as I was doing my research, it wasn't just the fallen angels who gave man knowledge. Also, the holy angels gave man's knowledge. And I'm going through, and I'm gonna explain the first beast with the scriptures that God has given me. And it's going to be a real clear piecing of the puzzle together, putting it together. Go back to Daniel 7. Daniel 7. In the first year of Belshazzar, the king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and vision of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matter. Daniel spoke and said, I saw in my visions by night and beheld the four winds of heaven strove upon the great sea. And four beasts came up from the sea, different from one from another. Now, like we heard before, this is in chronological order the Most High God dealing with his creation from the beginning of time to the end of time. When it says right here, Daniel spoke, verse 2, Daniel spoke and said, I saw in my vision by night and beheld the four winds of heaven strove upon the sea. What that is let's go to Genesis. See, you got to understand, this is God's history. This is God's playbook. This is God's play. This is God's movie. This is his world. You are inside of his world. He's in full control of everything. That's what you need to understand, first of all. So you don't have to fear lesser powers. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. That's the same right here. Daniel spoke and said, I saw in my vision by night, and beheld the four winds of heaven strove upon the great sea, and four beasts came up from the sea, different from one than another. You see, this ain't talking about four beasts coming from the sea and they on their own accord. This is a metaphor of building blocks of God dealing with his creation. Verse 4, the first was like a lion and had eagle wings. I beheld till the wings were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and stood upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given into it. Now, we just heard that the lion represents Christ. The wings represents the angelic realm, because he made the angelic realm as well as the earth. And the wings was plucked, represents the knowledge that was given to man by the angels. And as I was doing my research, not just the fallen angels gave man knowledge, but also God's angels gave, the holy angels gave man knowledge too. You know what I mean? And we're going to go through that. It's plucked up from the earth and made to stand upon its feet as a man, and a man's heart was given unto it. Let's go to John 1. This represents Christ. Christ in this verse represents the lion. John 1, 1 through 4. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word is Christ. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made. Not anything was made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. You see? Christ was with God in the beginning. If you go and look at my video, The Cradle of Creation, you will understand how Christ was created. But to make a long story short, Christ is the sperma of God. Sperm is alive. God made everything through that. When he discovered himself through the Holy Spirit. So, the lion that had wings, that lion represents Christ, because all things was made through Christ. And Christ is the Lion of Judah. That lion represents Christ. The wings represents the angelic that he created. and man, because it stated the wings was plucked. The wings was plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made to stand upon the feet as a man. I'm sorry, let me get this gum out of my mouth. As a man, it was given a man's heart. Let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Enoch 9, verse 1 through 6. Enoch 9, verses 1 through 6. Now, this is describing the wings. Yes, this is describing the wings. And Michael, Uriel, and Gabriel looked down from heaven and saw much blood being shed upon the face of the earth, and all lawlessness being brought upon the face of the earth. Now, remember in Daniel, it said the four wings of heaven strode upon the great sea. The four wings can also be, we know it's the spirit hovering over the waters in the beginning, but when you step down, because we all ruling and reigning with the Most High God, you know what I'm saying? So when you step down and peel back another layer, them four winds can also be the four angels, because the four angels looked down and saw what the fallen angels was doing. Let me read that again. And then Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, Raphael looked down from heaven and saw much blood shed upon the earth, and all lawlessness being brought upon the earth. And they said one to another, the earth made without inhabitants cry. The earth made without inhabitants cries the voice of their crying up to the gates of heaven. And now to you, the holy ones of heaven, the souls of men make their suit, saying, bring our cause before the Most High God. And they said unto the Most High God of ages, Most High God, Lord of lords, God of gods, King of kings, and God of the ages, the throne of thy glory sitteth unto all generations of the ages, and thy name holy and glorious and blessed unto all ages. Thou hast made all things and power over. Thou hast made all things and have power over all things. Thou hast, and all things are naked and open in thy sight. And thou seest all things, and nothing can hide itself from thee. Thou hast seen Azazel has done, who has taught man unrighteousness on the earth, and revealed the eternal secrets which were preserved in heaven, which men were striving to learn. You see? So when it said, so we're in the section, the first beast was like a lion and had wings. We know that Christ is that lion, and the wings are the angels, whether they be good or whether they be bad. And I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked. That's the fallen angels was plucked, and it was lifted from the earth and made to stand upon its feet, and was given a man's heart was given unto it. It was given, wait a second. It was given feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. See, when the angels taught us these things that we was striving to learn on our own, it gave us knowledge. That's why in the video I gave the interpretation knowledge. That was revelation knowledge from God at that time. When I was reading that, at that time I was getting the download right then and there. God had me go back because y'all don't believe. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't believe the light, you know what I'm saying? So he had me go back and to look through the scriptures and to show y'all this. Let's go to Genesis 4:2. Let's go to Genesis 3:1-11 and verse 21. It also can mean Satan in the garden, because Satan's an angel too. And when Satan gave fruit, when Satan had Eve ate that fruit, that was the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. That's also man getting wisdom too. It's also man getting wisdom too. Put your seatbelts on. It's complex, but we're going to get through it all. And at the end, you're going to understand that my God, the Most High God, reigns supreme over all of this. (9 and 11). Genesis 3, verse 9-11. And the Most High God called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. I was afraid, and I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou ate the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou should not eat? So there it is. You got the Father and Christ and the Holy Spirit representing the lion. You got Satan, which represents the wings, deceiving Adam and Eve. And then they're getting knowledge from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Now we're going to go back to Enoch, chapter 8, verses 1-2. And it's showing what the fallen angels taught mankind. Because remember, man was able to stand on his feet and have a heart, and get a heart. Enoch chapter 8 verse 1. And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth, and the art of working them, and bracelets and ornaments, and the use of makeup, and beautifying the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all colorful trinkets. And there arose much godliness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Samael taught enchantments and root cutting, astronomy, and resolving of elements, Kokobel, the constellations, is Quizel, the knowledge of the clouds, Acariel, the signs of the earth, Shemiel, the signs of the sun, Sariel, the course of the moon. And as men perished, they cried, and their cry went up to heaven. Now, just to let you know, when I said that the fallen angels just didn't teach mankind knowledge, the holy angels also did too, because the holy angels, which represent the four winds, also went before God and told them what mankind was suffering because of the knowledge that the fallen angels gave them when man was striving to learn the secrets of heaven on their own. The fallen angels jumped the gun. Let's go to Enoch 10, verses, I'm going to just start at 16. Destroy all wrong. He's talking to the God is talking to the holy angels. Destroy all wrong from the face of the earth, and let every evil work come to an end, and let the plant of righteousness and truth appear, and it shall prove a blessing. The workings of righteousness and truth shall be planted in truth and joy forevermore. And then shall all the righteous escape, and shall have till they began thousands of children, and all the days of their youth and their old age shall be completed in peace. And you see how he's saying plant, you know what I'm saying, the righteous plants of joy and this and this and that, is because the holy angels also taught us how to fight what the fallen angels taught mankind. The holy angels taught us how to reverse it through God's way of doing things. Gave man knowledge how to fight. That's how a brother like me know how to fight against the forces of darkness. And then shall all the righteous escape, and shall live together. And shall live till they beget thousands of children, and all the days of their youth and their old age shall be completed in peace. And then shall the whole earth be tilled in righteousness, and shall be planted with trees, and be full of blessings. And all desirable trees shall be planted. All desirable trees shall be planted on it, and they shall plant vines on it, and the vines which they plant thereon shall yield wine in abundance. And as for all the seeds which is sown thereon, each measure of it shall bear 1,000, and each measure of olives shall yield 10 presses of oil. Cleanse thou the earth from all oppression, and from all unrighteousness, and from all sin, and from all ungodliness, and all the uncleanness that is brought upon the earth. Destroy from off the earth. And all the men and all the children of men shall become righteous, and all nations shall offer adoration, and shall praise me, and all shall worship me, and the earth shall be cleansed from all defilement, and from all sin, and from all punishment, and from all torment, and I will never again send them upon it from generation to generation, forever and ever. See that? So you have the holy angels helping mankind, and you have the wicked angels destroying mankind. Those are the wings that was on the lion, which is Christ, which made everything. And man, through this, was given feet and a heart to reason. Man was given knowledge through the battle, through the struggle of good and evil. Man was given knowledge. Now we're going to go to the Lost Book of Moses. And this is just a little bit after the flood. This is just a little bit after the flood. And this is Nimrod. He's the one that created Babylon. So in Daniel vision of King Nebuchadnezzar, of the golden head and the silver breastplate and the you know what I'm saying, how it goes all the way down. This is the head. Babylon. The ancient Babylon. And this is how it all started. This is how it all started. Can I put it on pause? All right. This is the Lost Book of Moses I'm coming from. These priests in turn came to obtain help from Satan by means of powerful works and protestations, little by little beginning to create heresy and priestly garments, and by means of signs and handshakes began to separate the high priest from those who were less important. And see, this, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is the beginning of time. Right after the flood, Nimrod came through. Nimrod thought he was the chosen seed that God promised Adam and Eve. 5.5 days I will send my son. He thought he was that. So by means of Satan, he started getting all this secret knowledge, you know what I mean, and started separating himself from the regular people that served God from the stem of Noah coming out of the ark. He started to separate himself through secret handshakes and hand signals and secret magic power from Satan. And this is what he did. With this, he proposed that a school of wisdom should be instituted in the cities he built, where children of all people of the earth would receive instruction at the highest level, improving their knowledge in the writings, in astronomy, in mathematics, in construction, music, and religion. This would all be offered free to all the people. Their children would enjoy the best combinations of food Nimrod had to offer. Don't that sound like what it is today? You go to these colleges and they're against the God of the Bible. But, you know, that's neither here or there. In this lesson, it's important, but in this lesson, that's neither here or there. What we're trying to get in this lesson is to prove the word of God by detail. Now let's go ahead and read that again. Verse 2, Daniel 7. Daniel spoke and said, I saw in my vision by night and beheld the four winds of heaven strove upon the great sea, and four beasts came up from the sea, different from one another. The first was like a lion and had eagle wings. I beheld till the wings thereof was plucked, and it lifted up from the earth, and made to stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given unto it. We done went through all this. Can you see? Can you see? I don't even know what you call it. metaphors, the similes, I don't even know what to call it, but you can see it. And let's go to Isaiah. I know this is kind of rough, man. I've been through battles, man. I really don't feel like doing this, but I'm doing it because God wants me to do it. He wants me to do it. But let's go to Isaiah 45, verse 7. And the Most High God says, I form the light and create the darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Most High God, does all these things. So this is the end of this section. And this is to let you know that the Most High God is in full control of everything. On the left hand, on the right hand. The knowledge of good and evil, you got to understand, is a curse. The knowledge of good and evil is a curse. Because a no can save your life, just like a no can destroy your life. And same thing with the yes. The yes can, same thing with the yes. You know what I'm saying? But God's commandment gives life. And you have to know which angel you listen to. The devil, you listen to this, to the God. You got to know which one you listening to. You have to know which one you're listening to. And I hope that it gave some type of clarity. And hang on, because more is coming. Christ's life. God bless you.